Hi, and welcome back to Life Minus Gluten, the dedicated gluten-free channel. Today, I want to cover something that's a little bit of a favorite of mine. We're going to start delving into comfort foods. That's why I'm dressed in my PJs. Anyway, stay tuned. Now, as a side dish, I think roasted vegetables are perfect because it adds warmth and it also adds color to a dish. Today, we'll be cooking with beets and garlic. Let's get started.
But before we get too far, I don't want these hands turning pink. But first, here we are. I'm going to go ahead and put on a little bit of vegetable oil that'll help keep my hands from staining. And there we go. Now I like to cut mine into 6 wedges, but really you can cut them however you want. Just remember that if you cut them too small, you could burn them or they'll turn to mush. If you cut them too big, they'll be undercooked and basically raw. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get that washed off and move on to the next step. Now this is a hack I saw on the internet. I wanted to give it a shot. Just put a bunch of garlic in a jar and shake, shake, shake. It should peel it all. And it did for the most part. But now, let's go ahead and sprinkle on salt. Ground black pepper. Some balsamic vinegar. And before we get too far, and I forget, let's go ahead and put on the rosemary.
Those roasting in the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes. Let's go ahead and start on the main course of the dish, which is going to be our blueberry pesto panini. This is going to be awesome. Come check it out. Alright, now for the paninis, here's what we're going to need. I have gluten-free baguette. Now it doesn't have to be a baguette, but rule of thumb is for a better panini you need a denser, kind of a stiffer bread. This in particular I just cut into thirds and then sliced down the middle. Next we're going to need a little bit of butter. We're going to need, I have here, it doesn't have to be, but I have French blueberry preserves. Some pesto here. I've got butter, thinly sliced tomatoes, and mozzarella. Let's get assembling. Just take this. We've got this warming up here. Put that on low. And let's go ahead and get started. So here, the butter's for the outside because I want to be able to toast it up really nicely. So let's go ahead and get a fork. Stir that up here. On this side. Now you don't have to do a whole heck of a lot, but you can do as little or as much as you want, whatever you're comfortable with. Perfect. Now on this side, we're going to do the blueberry. I'm just kind of break this up a little bit. Beautiful. I know this seems kind of strange, but I had this at a place a while back, and I thought it was really good. I'm like, man, I wonder if I can recreate this. This is so good. Okay, so just a little bit more here and there. I like to put some in the little crevices there. Okay. Let's go ahead and take this, and now we're going to go ahead and put on one piece of mozzarella and one tomato. Perfect. Now we're going to go ahead and just assemble all of these like this so we can just cook them all at once.
Now I'm going to go ahead and put these in here to start toasting. My little spatula in there, I don't want to burn my fingers. Now this little device right here is a grill press, but you can also use a bacon press. I've also seen people use a plate with a heavy can on top.
Take a peek at what this looks like.
Now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and pull out the beets. Which look perfect.
Let that sit for a minute while we finish up the sandwiches.
Now we're going to go ahead and flip them, put the weight back on, and wait for another 2 minutes.
Now that's what I call comfort food. Hot roasted vegetables with garlic, herbs, a nice panini, a little bit of sweet, a little bit of salty. I'm ready to dig in. Well, I hope this helps you out in living your life minus gluten. Have a good night.